Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Now for today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys all of my favorite eyeshadow palettes that I love to use when it's fall season. Even though outside right now don't feel like freaking fall, at least my outfits and makeups is definitely going to remind everyone that it is fall season. When you think of fall season, what do you think of? I think about pumpkin spice. I think about the leaves changing, all the festivities that happens around the fall. Orange, guys, yes, any warmer tones. Doesn't necessarily have to be orange. It can be doing like a smoky eye or playing with some burgundies and reds. But I want to show you guys this eyeshadow palette from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. It's the Pricked eyeshadow palette. I love the little details with this. I love it's a freaking handbag, even though you can't use it as a handbag, but the idea is there. It is very, very cute. Open her up. Ta-da! Oh, I gag. Oh my gosh, this color story, very, very gorgeous. I love creating fall eyeshadow looks using this eyeshadow palette, especially the deeper colors and that pop of orange and that gold shimmer right there. Don't get me started on them shimmers, okay, Jeffree? They are killing it with the shimmer shades. Love, love, love using this for fall. We talked about orange shades. Now we're going to talk about the reds, the burgundies, yes, the blood sugar eyeshadow palette. Here we go. Oh yeah, you can definitely create a neutral look using the shades on top. And I definitely love playing with the darker red and burgundy shades to create a smoky eye using those. Don't be so intimidated with this palette. This shimmer shade right there is so pretty. I definitely created a lot of fun looks using this palette. Definitely an oldie and a goodie. On some neutral shades, staying in our safe space, staying in our comfort zone. So I'm going to show you Orgy and Orgy Part 2 eyeshadow palettes. Gonna open this one right here. I know some of y'all look at this eyeshadow palette and be like, it's just all neutrals. Yes, but there's different tonalities of neutrals. There's some that are a little bit more warmer than others, and then there are some, especially looking at this one right here, right off the bat, is more on the cooler side as far as neutrals. So you definitely get different variations of tonality with this eyeshadow palette. Now, the only downside for this is it's all matte. Some of y'all love that, but for me, I'm a glitter bitch. I need me some shimmers in my life, okay? I don't like that it's all matte, and I have to go into an eyeshadow palette to get me some shimmers for my eyeshadow looks. But you know what? When I do my eyeshadow looks, I typically use about like 5 eyeshadow palettes anyway, so that's nothing new for me. So why am I complaining? This one right here is my newest baby in my collection, and I'm in love. I'm in love. And why am I in love, you say? Let me show you. Let me show you. I actually used this eyeshadow palette to create this eyeshadow look that I have going on today. And let me show you why I'm in love. Oh, right off the bat, I dived into these shades the first time I used this eyeshadow palette. I love the shades in here, and I love that there's freaking shimmers in this one. Thank you, Jeffree. Thank you. 15 mattes and 15 shimmers, and oh, I love the color story in this so much. And don't you dare say, oh, it looks exactly like the first one. No, bitch, it don't. It is completely different. There's different tonalities, different shades. And of course, this one does have shimmers. For my eyeshadow look, I used Ex-Boyfriend, Saddle, and Big Daddy. I can't with these shade names. Let me just read off some of these shade names. Glazed, Back to Back, Pegging, Role Play, Back Breaker. I don't need you to be breaking my back, Jeffree, okay? Size Matters. I mean, when it comes to eyeshadow palettes, of course size matters, because the bigger the better, okay? Y'all, don't take me seriously. I love having fun with makeup. I love joking around. It's what I love. So we talked about neutral shades. Now we're going to talk about this eyeshadow palette right here, the cremated eyeshadow palette. Now, when I first saw this, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I was very intimidated with these shades. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness. And what I mean by intimidated was it's a lot of gray tones. I had to play around with this a lot to really figure out how to use this eyeshadow palette in my eyeshadow looks. But when I figured it out, I love playing with these shades in my eyeshadow looks. We need to bring back the love of gray eyeshadow looks. I love using these to create a very deep smoky eye with these. And again, the shimmers are absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to point out my go-to shades that I typically would go to when creating a smoky eye. Wednesday right off the bat. I always grab Wednesday to apply onto the crease area, and then Solemnly Swear. So these two shades right here, and to add in some depth, I go into Gravedigger. And I know you're thinking it's just all grays. What are the difference? Again, tonality is the difference in these eyeshadow palettes. There are more shades in here that have more blue tones, and there's some that are a little bit more neutral. Heck, even some of them that have a little hint of green in there. Like this one right here. This one has a little bit more neutral green tones in it. But the more you play around with these shades and you figure out which shade works good with the other, then you'll start to easily figure out how to create an eyeshadow look using these. Again, I know this could be really intimidating, but you know what? We need to get out of our comfort zone every once in a while and experiment more with makeup, because you never know what you might like. I didn't think I would like this palette, but I love it. I love it a lot. It's rare for me to hate Jeffree Star Cosmetics palettes. I love them all. Now, there are some that, you know, especially the Color Story is not my favorite. I just don't buy it. But the ones that definitely grab my attention, I'm like, okay, Jeffree, here's my money. Here's another palette I'm gonna buy. Looking at this packaging, can you guess what the Color Story is gonna be for this eyeshadow palette? I love the packaging in this. I love the little scorpion tail. Let's open her up. Oh my goodness. And some of y'all don't know, but purple is one of my favorite shades to play with. So you know I'm going to gravitate towards those purple shimmers right off the bat. That green shade, Garden Grove, it's so gorgeous. It is so gorgeous. And I love playing with these shades up here as well for more warmer tones that I want to play around with for the fall. And you know these blues are perfect for the winter season as well. Look at that red shade right there. What is it called? Sex Slayer. Okay, all right. What are some of these name shades again? Spirit Ram, Scorpio Energy, Star Aurora, Fearless, Harsh, Secretive, and again, Garden Grove, my favorite, Eco Death. Yeah, I love playing with these shades. Love the different variety in the shades in here as well. You can do cool, you can do warm, you can do neutral. You have those pop of colors in there that you can definitely, you know, create really fun, colorful looks with. Every time I go through these, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love them so much. They're like my babies. Not really. I have my 2 boys. They're very important. But these are my babies in my makeup collection. I'm going to show you my little mini baby right here. This is the Mini Weirdo eyeshadow palette. This definitely gives me grunge, right? I love the darker tones in there, and that red, oh, that red shade is gorgeous, but that silver shimmer right there, so pretty. I definitely create a lot of fun, grungy, smoky eyeshadow looks using this mini palette. The Star Wedding eyeshadow palette. Look at that packaging. I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw this, I thought the packaging was gonna be made out of metal. It's not. It's a very reflecting packaging. Love that diamond right there, right where you open it. All right. Some warm shades in there, especially the burgundies and the pinks that you can play around with for the fall. But I like grabbing this palette to create more smoky eyeshadow looks using these shades down here. And also, if I want to like keep it simple and not do crazy with my eyeshadow looks, I go for the neutral shades. And again, I can never say enough about the shimmers. Shimmers is a way to my heart, other than coffee and food. Love how big, okay, excuse the mirror. The mirror is dirty, okay? But I love how big this mirror is. I know this is taking a while in this video, okay? I'm showing y'all all the goods, okay? But I do have one eyeshadow palette left. It's a little curveball here. Maybe for y'all, because I've been showing you a lot of warm tones, a lot of neutrals, maybe some different shades to create, you know, grungy, smoky eye looks. But this one, the Gothic Beach eyeshadow palette, I love this packaging of this trunk, and I love just the little details. The finale, drum roll please. Wow. Again, talking about purple shades earlier, you know I automatically dived into these purple shades in this palette, and that pop of green. Oh, and of course there's some warmer tones right there and darker shades to do more smoky eyes. Oh, this palette is so gorgeous. I know I say that a lot about these eyeshadow palettes, but it is such a masterpiece. It's art. I love the color stories in the majority of the eyeshadow palettes that I've owned, and I created a lot of fun eyeshadow looks using Jeffree Star Cosmetics palettes. In my opinion, the eyeshadow palettes from Jeffree Star Cosmetics is superior. They blend so well, and the shimmers are very buttery to the touch. Eyeshadows are so easy to apply on the lid. Oh, that is so the purple shades gag, okay? They got me gagging. They're so pretty. And what I love about these purple shades, they're a more cooler tone. So when I blend them out, they're not gonna show pink. And that orange shade right there, what is that shade called? Rusty Anchor. That shade is so pretty. And Burnt Out, I love playing with these shades together with the shimmer down here. And that green, doesn't that remind you of Beetlejuice? All right, that is all the eyeshadow palettes that I typically use when I create fall eyeshadow looks. Now, when it comes to winter season, I cannot wait to show you guys other eyeshadow palettes that I use to create winter eyeshadow looks. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.